The Federal Aviation Administration briefly closed airspace over Lake Michigan in the US for, quote, national defence reasons. Fighter jets scrambled to the area. Sky News Washington correspondent Annelise Nielsen joins us now. Annelise, is this another Chinese balloon?
Well, that's what everyone strongly suspected when this announcement was made. It was only in place for a few hours, with the message being put out to pilots across the country that they needed to avoid the area. But as quickly as it came, it went, and we haven't had any confirmation from the FAA that's exactly what they were concerned about. Nonetheless, this is the story in the US at the moment. Now, 3 different unidentified aircraft have been shot down. Of course, now we know very well the first one, the Chinese balloon, the second 2 over Canadian airspace and Alaska as well. Those ones are more opaque at the moment. We don't know exactly what they were. We do just know that they've been shot down. Chuck Schumer on one of the Sunday morning shows seemed to confirm after a briefing with Jake Sullivan, the National Security Advisor to the White House, that they were indeed smaller balloons. But the question still remains about why the first one was allowed to surveil the US for such a long period of time. Now, Chuck Schumer answered this by saying that they did manage to gather a lot of intelligence in the meantime.
The first balloon, there was a much different rationale, which I think was the appropriate rationale. We got enormous intelligence information from surveilling the balloon as it went over the United States.
Didn't the Chinese get enormous intelligence as well?
Well, they could have been getting it anyway, but we have to know what they're doing.
Now, as this continues to be a persistent issue, the White House has responded to the questions about why the one over Canada managed to be shot down so quickly.
Why is the American military shooting something out of the sky over Canada?
Because it's part of NORAD. There is the NORAD is part of like it's a what you call a coalition, a consortium,
a pact of nations.
A pact,
okay.
Exactly. And so that's why we were able to do that. Again, we didn't do it on our own. We did it clearly in step with Canada.
Canada.
Now, Pete, we only heard a brief reference from Joe Biden during his State of the Union address around the Chinese spy balloon. It does seem like this is going to be a persistent issue with more of these spottings and now just more sensitivity around any potential, as we've seen with this incident in northern Michigan. So this is going to be an issue, especially as we come into the next sitting period of the US Congress.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Annelise. Thank you.